students, welcome back to Appleby Academy's classes. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the previous year question from the area of corporate governance, and we'll be dealing questions from December 2012 to June 2024. So corporate governance is a very important topic, and when you're dealing with this area, it is important that you should go through the various theories which is connected with corporate governance, and also it's about the models. You need to refer about the different types of corporate governance models as well. Anyway, let's get into the video. So here is the first question, which was on December 2012. Appointment of independent directors is a part of corporate governance as per SEBI, Indian Companies Act, Government of India, RBI. So this is actually a direct question. When you are saying about the concept corporate governance, that was actually initiated by Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI in case of India. Okay. So the MCA, or the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Security Exchange Board of India, are responsible for initiating corporate governance in India. And when you are considering about the responsibilities of SEBI related to the initiation of corporate governance, you can say that one of the important thing which is related to SEBI is about the appointment of independent directors, which is very important for the functioning of corporate governance as well. So this is actually a very direct question, and it's very easy to pick up the answer. The correct answer for this question is option A, SEBI. Okay, so that was a direct question. Next question, that was on December 2014. Which among the following corporate governance theories make pessimistic assumption about self-servicing motives of company executive? Pessimistic assumption. Okay, and it's about self-servicing motives of company executive. Here we are giving focus on to something which is self-sufficiency is actually given here. So based on that, you need to identify which is the theory, whether agency theory, stakeholders theory, or stewardship theory, or resource dependency theory. Okay, so what is this agency theory? See, agency theory is developed based on there is a principal agent relationship between owners and managers. That means owners are the principal and managers are considered as agents. They are working for the principal. Okay, and when you're considering about their interest, we can say that here agent may have their own interest rather than the interest of these owners or principal. They may have their own interest, and sometimes they may work for their own interest as well, rather than by sometimes avoiding the interest of the owners or principal. Let's see, agency theory emerges as a result of separation of ownership and control in organization. According to this theory, owners delegate the control of organization to managers, right? So here, ownership, the authority or the control has been delegated to the managers by the principal or by the owner. The shareholders are the owners of joint stock company, and they are considered as the principal who define the objective of the company. And the management, they will directly or indirectly appoints these agents, and they actually we are expecting them to do as the way the principal want to. Okay, but which is not so in case of all situation, because sometimes the objectives of management and shareholders, that means these owners and agent may vary. So the agents may serve their own interest at the expense of principal. Sometimes this agent will work for their own interest, and they may avoid the interest, or they may not try to protect the interest of the principal. Such a situation is actually referred as agency problem, as this because there is a mismatch between the objectives of owners and objectives of these agents. So that is referred as agency problem. Okay. And now we are coming back to this question, which among the following corporate governance theories makes pessimistic assumption about the self-servicing motives of company, which is very directly, it is pessimistic. They are thinking about them only, and they are they are giving, this company executives is giving importance to their own objective. So that you can actually go for option A, that is agency theory. Okay. Moving to another question. So when you are considering after December 2014, from the same area, you are getting a question that was on June 2018. So such a gap was there, but now this topic is very important. Okay, which among the following is not a correct statement with regard to corporate governance in India? Which is not correct. You need to identify the incorrect statement. Every company must appoint an individual or firm as auditor. The independent directors must attend at least 3 meetings a year. 1 or more women directors are recommended for certain classes of companies. The maximum number of permissible directors cannot exceed 15 in a public limited company. So, this is also a direct question. The first statement, every company must appoint an individual or firm as an auditor. Yes, auditor should be there. That is very correct. The independent directors must attend at least 3 meetings a year. So, independent directors need to attend meeting, but here it is referred as at least 3 meetings in a year. So, there is a problem. Independent directors are required to attend board meeting regularly, but there is no specific mandate that they must attend exactly 3 meetings per year. So, when you are coming to this statement, it is specified that they should attend 3 meetings. But there is no such a recommendation given in case of the act and all. So, that's the issue related to that statement. Instead, their attendance depends on the number of meetings scheduled by company. The other statement aligned with corporate governance regulation. So, it is not like 3 or 4, such a specification is not given. So, if you are going through, if you are saying that this particular statement is right, then something which should be specified that 3 meetings a year. But it is not like that 3 meetings, 4 meetings, such a number is not specified. So that you can't say that option B is right. 1 or more women directors are recommended for certain class of companies. That is also correct. The maximum number of permissible directors cannot exceed 15 in case of public company, which is also right. So what you can say that you can choose option B because which is not correct. Okay. So the correct answer for this question is option B. Next question, this is on December 2021 and June 2022 merge cycle shifted to. According to stewardship theory of corporate governance, which of the following statements are relevant? So here you need to answer this question based on stewardship theory. So what is this stewardship theory? So basically when you are considering stewardship and agency theory, you can say that in case of stewardship theory, the managers are acting like stewards. Okay. In that case, stewards are working for the interest of owners, and they will be satisfied. That means these managers will be satisfied only when they are able to attain or achieve the various objectives of the owners. Okay, so here they are working completely for the the owners. Okay, but in case of agency theory, we know that they are working or they may not sometimes include the interest of owners as well. That's the difference between the stewardship and agency. In case of stewardship theory, the stewards means that when you're taking the word meaning, it is like supervisors. So the managers are acting like stewards and they're working completely for their actions is completely aligned by the direction of the owners itself, but which is not so in case of agency theory. So before getting an answer to this, we'll just take a difference between agency theory and stewardship theory. So in case of agency theory, see, managers act as agent. Managers is always act as a agent. But in case of stewardship theory, managers are like stewards or they are like supervisors. In case of the governance approach, in case of agency, these people having a materialistic approach. They are giving importance to what they will get from this. Okay, they are giving a materialistic approach. But in case of stewardship theory, this is something which is sociological and psychological. They are considering all these perspectives. Okay, they are working hardly for their owners as well. Okay, so governance approach in case of stewardship theory is sociological and psychological. And behavior pattern is individualistic, opportunistic and self-serving. Here the agent is working for his own benefit, he is considering his own perspective and all, but which is not so in case of stewardship theory. Here the behavior pattern is collectivistic, which is pro-organizational and trustworthy. They are working for the owners, they are completely trustful people. Okay. And in case of agency theory, managers are motivated by their own objective. Okay, they will be satisfied if they are able to attain their own objective or if they are able to get some more benefits for themselves. But in case of stewardship theory, they will be motivated by the principal objective. They are working completely for the principal, or they are completely investing their work for the owners as well. Okay, that's the difference between them. Then in case of agency theory, interest of managers and principal differ, which we already discussed. Okay, here the perspective or interest of managers and owners will be different. That's the situation of agency problem. But here it is like that will be converged, that will be same, because the managers is always trying to achieve the objectives of owners. Okay. And in case of agency theory, the role of management is to monitor and control. What here the management want to do is that you have to monitor the activity, they have to control the activity. But in case of stewardship theory, the role of management is to facilitate various things and empower them. Okay. And the owner's attitude in case of agency theory, they always try to avoid risk. Because this agency theory, as we already discussed, that here the manager is working for their own interest, or they will be keeping their interest as priority. But in case of stewardship theory, these people are trustworthy. Owners will try to take risk. So here we'll avoid risk, here we'll take risk. Principal and manager relationship is exactly based on control. There is an agency-principal relation is there. But in case of stewardship theory, which is completely based on trust. Okay. So it is very important that you should go through the differences for having a clear idea related to this agency and stewardship theory. Okay. Anyway, now we'll come back to this question. So let's go through the first statement. So this is about stewardship theory. Governance approach is sociological and psychological. Yes, in case of stewardship theory, the governance approach is actually sociological. So when you're taking the option, you can say that option A should be there. So if A is not there in any particular option, you can actually eliminate it. Yes, here we got eliminated option C. Why? Because A is not there. So it can be option A, B or D. So moving to the second statement, behavior pattern is trustworthy. Of course, B should be there. A and B should be there. So see, B is not there. That's why we eliminated option A. Okay. So it can be either either B or D. Now we need to check case of C. The role of management is to monitor and control. Whether the role of management is monitor and control, as we already discussed in case of, that's a thing which can be actually connected with the agency theory. Okay, here it is like empower and all. So C should not be there. Okay, you can eliminate an option with C. So here you will get the right answer A, B, D, E. So you can check it. A, B, D. Owner's attitude is to take risk, of course. Interest of managers and principal converge. So which is the right answer? A, B, D and E. Except option C, you can check all other options. What's a mistake with C? C is something which is related to agency theory. Okay. So this was a question that was on shift 2. But when you are considering about shift 1, there was a same type question from the same area itself, but which is something related to agency theory. Okay. So here governance approach is materialistic, which is exactly right. So you can take option A. So if there is any option in which A is not there, you can eliminate. So in this case, you can eliminate both option B and C. Now, it is very important or very easy for you to check whether D or C option is there or not. That's the only thing which you need to identify this. So anyway, we'll just read B also. Managers are motivated by the principal's objective, which is not right, which is in case of stewardship theory. So B should not be there. In case of our option also, B actually be eliminated. So in case of option A and option D, B is not present. Then moving to next statement, interest of managers and principal converge. In case of agency, it is not converging, it is diverging. Okay, this you can add this statement in case of a stewardship theory. So C is wrong. So C should not be there. Okay, so here you go, the right answer. Okay, anyway, we'll read the other options too. Behavior pattern is opportunistic. Yes, of course. Owner's attitude is to avoid risk. That is also correct. So you can go for option D, A, D and E only. So in this video, we discussed about the previous year question from the area of corporate governance. So when you're considering the question from June 2024, there was not direct question which is related to corporate governance, but we know that in case of our exam, like you can expect 2 passage comprehension question from the area, from something which is related to our subjects. So in case of June 2024, there was a passage which is related to corporate governance, and based on understanding related to that passage, you will get 5 questions from that. Okay, so I'm saying that there was a question in case of June 2024 exam also, but that was a passage. That's why I'm not just got included in this question discussion. Okay, so this topic is very important. So when you're preparing for the coming exam, it is very important that you should go through all models and theories as well. So I hope this video will help you for your preparation. Thank you and happy learning.